What are vintage sewing patterns? Have you ever wondered how fashion from the past influences what we wear today? Vintage sewing patterns are a fascinating piece of that puzzle. These are paper templates that help create clothing and accessories from earlier decades. They offer a unique glimpse into the styles and trends that defined different eras in fashion history. There are several types of vintage sewing patterns. You will find unprinted perforated patterns, which were some of the earliest forms. These patterns feature notches and holes for markings. Printed patterns became more common after World War II, making it easier for people to follow along while sewing. Major companies like Butterick, McCall's, Simplicity, and Vogue have been producing these patterns for many years. Their designs are often sought after by collectors. Smaller companies also contributed notable designs that are now cherished by sewing enthusiasts. One interesting aspect of vintage patterns is how they reflected the fashion eras they come from. You can often date a pattern by looking at the illustrations. The hairstyles, garment styles, and even the fonts used can tell you a lot about the time period. Knowing a bit about fashion history can help collectors identify the era of a pattern and appreciate its significance. Vintage sewing patterns also showcase traditional construction techniques. Many patterns include methods like hand-stitched finishes and unique seam placements. These techniques not only provide historical context, but also teach modern crafters valuable skills. Collecting vintage patterns is popular for many reasons. Some people appreciate their historical significance, while others love the aesthetic appeal. Patterns can be used to create authentic period clothing or simply displayed as decorative items. If you are interested in using vintage patterns, keep in mind that sizing standards may differ from what you find in modern patterns. You might need to make adjustments to fit contemporary body types or fabric choices. To preserve vintage patterns, store them carefully. Keep them away from moisture and handle them gently to avoid tears. For display, consider framing them or using protective folders. This way, you can appreciate them as collectibles while ensuring they remain in good condition. From the perspective of antiques and collectibles, vintage sewing patterns are not just functional items. They are historical artifacts that provide a glimpse into past fashion trends. They can be cherished for their beauty and the skills they teach about traditional garment construction. So next time you see a vintage sewing pattern, remember the rich history and creativity it represents.